you don't approach those kind of movies
wait.
like a part two. You just have to be a fan of
He
the
said
first one.
wait. He said wait.
Nah, these are old topics. We don't gotta cover this. This is from last week. This is just off.
Hold on.
Off podcast topics.
What's going on, Piglets?
Yeah.
It's your boy Taylor B, and I'm joined by my dope ass co-hosts Daniel and Joey. Welcome to another installment of Culture by the Uncultured. But before we go any further, be sure to click that follow or subscribe button. Culture by the Uncultured is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Culture by the Uncultured. That's one word. All right, back to the show. Okay, so we're starting off with Coming to America.
Oh, come on.
That's where we're starting.
All I said was that I finally saw it. So going off of what we talked about on the last episode, I finally saw it. So I came to my conclusion is I get the point of view where people are saying maybe it wasn't as great as it could have been because there's like some corny parts or some parts that are a little too theatrical. But the main point of this movie is it's for people who enjoyed the first one. Because if you enjoyed the first one, you're kind of going to enjoy the second one because you just want to see everybody again. It doesn't really like matter. You know what I mean? Like the story and the storyline was still cool. I mean, there's Eddie Murphy. They added in a few extra people. Didn't really care for Tiana Taylor. I won't go into that, but
I will.
I just thought, you know, being in Africa, they would have picked a woman with a natural body. That's all I'm saying. She got the best surgeon in Zamunda. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But that's all I got to say about that. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I think it's good enough to watch again. I'll wait a few weeks, watch it again.
So I watched it as well this past weekend. I actually watched it twice, not by choice. My family had we had a little get together. They've been trying to do like family movie nights for like the past couple of weeks.
Now, are you guys limiting yourself to black movies? Like, is this a black?
Just what pretty much. I mean, there's been a lot of black movie releases, so it's kind of been like a big topic. Like with what else came out? The Black Messiah came out recently. Then of course, Coming to America came out, and they were like, "Oh, let's watch it." I wasn't a huge fan personally. It was like. It's kind of like what you said, like I enjoyed like seeing everybody again. That was cool to see. Most people are still alive and kicking, and like they say, black don't crack, you know. Hell, I didn't even know half those people were alive. I think the only person that has passed away since that movie came out 30 years ago was the Queen, right? The Queen is the only one that's passed away. Everybody else is alive and kicking, which is nice. There was a lot of like callbacks from the first movie, which was kind of cool. One of the things, and this is kind of why I wish I remember I said this before to you guys, I wish I hadn't watched or listened to anybody else talk about this movie. But a thing that I did notice though is I feel like I don't know if Eddie Murphy is the one that wrote this specifically, but I feel like it's not the same because like he's not in that element. You know what I mean? It's like it's more family friendly, if you will. You get what I'm saying? Like, which is fine. People evolve, people change. That's totally cool. Some of the jokes still hit. Some of the stuff still landed. The topic about the son, I mean, it was interesting. And then I kind of see where they went with that, you know, like, and not to, you know, put my Daniel hat on or anything like with the female empowerment thing. I was totally okay with that. You know, he didn't want to do the whole king thing. You know, he wanted to marry, for lack of a better term, a commoner. You know, that's cool. It just wasn't like that relationship though. And I'm by the way, I don't think we even said spoiler warning for people who haven't seen this shit, but that relationship felt very forced. It didn't flow naturally in the movie. It didn't really feel like, you know, like, why are you spending so much time with the barber? First of all,
it's a movie timeline. It was just,
for sure.
I think that was the weakest aspect is how he actually came about to liking this other girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't just duplicate the first movie.
True.
And the only difference was that now Eddie Murphy, you know, felt pressured, like pretty much saying like, if you don't go through with this, it's your head, you know. So I mean, it was pretty much like you kind of have to you have to not analyze this movie how you analyze other movies where, oh, you have character profile, then you have storyline, then you it doesn't matter for this movie. It's not, it's literally all the remakes that we don't want. This is kind of the remake that a lot of people wanted. So that's why I'm okay with it. You know, like it's just like I'm gonna watch it again.
It's interesting too because the newer characters to me were the better part of the film versus the characters that were already in the movie.
It's just 30 years later, so it's like, you know, you see the slight differences.
Yeah. Did you check it out, Daniel?
So y'all ready or no? Can I go?
Go ahead. All
right, it's time to go. Gloves off. Let me see here. This movie.
Hey, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
What are we, prop comic style? Jesus.
Oh man. But back to the point though. But this movie was terrible to me, fam. I'm sorry. Y'all, you hinted at it when you said put your Daniel helmet on, but come on now. Like every male character in here was this like weak dude, and I'm like, come on now, you the king of Zamunda. Ain't nobody kicking you out, no room. You are the king of this entire place right now. Nobody kicking you out to go sleep on the couch or whatever other room you had in there. It's not happening, fam. No, don't let me start. Wesley Snipes is playing this big old tough dude, right? This big tough dude, the whole movie, and gets smacked up by 3 little girls. Boy, if you don't get up out of here with this, I can't even say the word right now. If I say the F word, will we get canceled? If I say feminism, will we get canceled? But damn it. I was so sick of seeing that, man. I'm tired of them preaching to us in these movies. I was sitting there when I'm gonna watch this comedy. It's gonna be just like the first one. It's gonna be a continuation of the first one. They took away everything he could have done. Like the royal didn't even get clean. It was the other thing that got clean. They got to show that they get to see the boy get nothing. But the mama was getting everything in the pool. The boy didn't get nothing. Okay?
That was a great bit.
In all fairness,
that was a great bit.
No, time out. No. And then went to go run and ask his mama, oh, is it okay if I get a bath body? You the prince. Boy, if you don't get your butt up in there. I can't stand it. I can't stand movies like this, bro. I can't stand the agenda being shoved down our throats everywhere we go.
The crazy part to me was the prince, right? Whatever his name is, Eddie Murphy's son.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's bastard son looks more like a combination of Eddie Murphy and the Queen, not Eddie Murphy and Leslie Jones. I was lost, bro. I was like, oh, who the fuck is going on? And then, like, I don't know if maybe I just don't know names or actors like that, but who played the prince?
I've never seen that.
Was he from in any other movie? Like, okay, so Leslie Jones was the more noticeable actress in this scenario. So that's why I feel like she got a lot more lines and stuff, because it's like, ain't nobody here to see you, Otis. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though technically the movie's about him, I think they found the most uninteresting character to build him. Like, it's just like, you know, you would think he was more rugged than that. You know what I mean? Being from Queen, like a hard place. Tracy Morgan was a nice little throw-in, but you would think he would be a little more salty. You know what I mean? And then obviously Eddie Murphy. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying. They threw so much like little curveballs at you. Like if you got the right mindset to watch some of these movies, they was throwing the real mindset, because when we talked about it before with the growing up with the single mothers and all that, like you don't act a certain way because of that. And don't even get me started on that Leslie Jones character, fam. Let that have been a man doing that to her. Oh my goodness, it would have been
real talk.
It would have been, oh my God, you're right there. This is that. Like,
sure.
But I'm really glad at how they represented Leslie Jones, to be honest. And there's one thing that got me fucked up. I don't care if it's a movie or not. Mr. McDowell is still at the restaurant. What are you doing? Your daughter is a queen, Pippin. Like, get the fuck on. If you don't move to Zamunda, that is so fake right there. Right? Like, come on. Bro is not at McDowell's still. Talking about the McFlurry. I'm sorry. No, it's not. No. I know it's a movie, but that's too fake for me.
too fake. Like not even cool.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely some upsides for me, and there's some downsides. Like I said, I saw it twice. I ended up going back to my aunt's house again, and I guess she rewatched it or whatever, and it was on because I kind of like stopped paying attention towards the end of the movie, so I basically kind of caught that part that I kind of missed or whatever. What would you guys give it out of a 10?
4.5, solid 4.5.
Joey?
Oh, jeez, it's a 7 for me. I'm gonna go 7.
I'd probably give it like a
I'm gonna go
6 or a 5.
I have to go 7 because it's a movie that people actually wanted to see. Whether it exceeded, and that also you gotta understand when people actually want to see something, you know what that does to expectations. Why I didn't listen to nobody, I didn't read nothing. I just watched it. You know.
There's a bunch of ways we can take this. We got a ton of segues from here. I mean, we talked about the whole feminism thing. We can go into Burger King. Y'all want to continue with the royal family and then just go into that? I mean, shit. Where we could talk about all the football acquisitions, Soldier Boy, Randy Orton.
From one royal family to the other.
Yeah, this okay.
From one royal family to the other. I think that's
royal. Okay, royal family drama continued. Obviously, Zamunda is not a real kingdom. But the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry thing, they had an interview with Oprah Winfrey. I don't know. I know that there were some memes spawned from this. I didn't really watch any clips or watch like the actual interview itself. But pretty much what I know from it is Tyler Perry put them up, in the home and had a security detail around them. Oprah Winfrey kind of gave them a quote unquote outlet to speak about what was going on, even though a lot of it was still hush hush and they didn't really talk about certain things. People are claiming that people are claiming that it's for their safety or whatever. I don't really know how unsafe it can be to just kind of say, hey, the royal family's a bunch of racists. But I mean, at the end of the day, is this any of this a surprise? Like Oprah kept really looking like surprised and like, oh my gosh, no way. I couldn't believe it. And it's like, but why can't you believe it?
You know what's going on here? It's just like It's just like American politics. Both sides are wrong. Both sides have a history of bullshit, and they're just showing commercials of why the other person is worse than the other. What happened was, and this is a segment we should call something like uncredited facts. You know what I mean? Like something like it. Trust me. Like just take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? Meghan Markle is the stereotypical minority that tried to get off on some regal shit. I'm sorry, she did.
She's also there. She's also his
16th
something about him. Yeah, his cousin. It's some nasty shit.
I don't know.
Shit.
Either way, that don't bother me because I feel like because of my forehead, I'm not going to show it. I'm a direct descendant of Genghis Khan, and he's responsible for like a fifth of the world's population. But we won't get into that. Meghan Markle definitely tried to nudge her way into some special treatment, but the royal family also is probably on edge about why y'all let this bitch in here. So what they did was they waited for the perfect opportunity for her to slip up just a little bit, for her to raise her voice a little bit, to ask for a little something extra, to kick her black ass out. And that's exactly what happened. Those are uncredited facts.
I still think it's super wild, the whole thing about like the baby. Like how dark the baby was.
Care about that baby.
That's fucking wild.
I don't give a damn about Archie.
This
fuck out of here.
I don't understand. Sorry. I don't understand. Like, it became such a huge topic, and it's something that people face every day. Just like regular people face like discrimination from like their significant other's parents or like friends or whatever. Like whether it's like a black person dating a Latin person or a white dating black, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of times you could run into that, whether it's your parents, your friends, your grandparents. Like you might find somebody who's like has a stereotypes already built up and they're kind of like, we don't really mess with those people.
The funny part is like, you gotta be a dumb motherfucker to be like, this is the first time I've heard the royal family is kind of racist. Bitch, what? You should have known that when you married your cousin. You knew what your like
incest and pretty much the reason why the world is fucked up today. I mean, like,
don't act clueless.
These people slaughtered Native Americans in droves, slaughtered them, and they're also the same people like from this part of the world. They're also the same people that pretty much that's where all the white people we have today spawn from, pretty much. So it's just like, is this a surprise?
And then obviously Megan wears the pants in that relationship because you know she's married to what's his name, Richie Cunningham or whatever. For the record. Sorry, props
like
are gonna
that.
come up all day. Okay,
I like that.
For the record.
Your turn, Brandon.
I don't got nothing, man.
You don't even got a pick for that hair. I'll pick the next subject.
Oh man.
But yeah, honestly, we don't give a fuck. That's like the UK Kardashians. It's here today, gone tomorrow.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But the fact that on the headlines they said, now Tyler Perry, that's so I'm gonna leave that alone because he's been doing a lot of good lately. But Oprah giving them a platform, bitch, please. You'll have anybody on your show that got
$7 million off that or some shit too.
Come on, nobody care about that. Give her a platform. Shut up.
That shit's crazy.
Anybody with a TV show would have let them on their show to talk about it.
Oh, for sure. But
let's give all praise to Oprah and the rest of the 1%ers and the boule. Yeah, whatever.
The bootleg. What about you, Daniel? You fucking with the royal family or nah?
The only time I ever care about the royal family is when we hear stories like this. Any other time, I'm like, who?
Real talk.
Like I barely knew Chick's name like 3 months ago, and they was
you know what?
Meghan Markle. I was like, who is that? They were like, oh, that's the Duchess or whatever.
You know what's funny?
Duchess?
Didn't last week we looked up a name? And I said, nope, there's nobody black named something. Was it Archie? The name that I said?
I really don't remember. I don't remember.
That's hilarious. I don't know. Some funny shit going
Archie.
on, but don't nobody
funny.
care, bro.
Yeah.
Don't nobody really care. Come on.
Speaking of another king, what about Burger King's attempt at viral marketing with their whole women belong in the kitchen?
I fuck with it. They said women. It's one of those things that TV does all the time, but when you put it on, when you put it in words or you put it in audio, people respond to it differently. So I like the whole I'm fooling your mindset, except you got to read the room. You know how you got to know that the way that you're tricking them is gonna make people pissed off. They put that meme that said women belong in the kitchen. Now people just stopped reading there. They didn't swipe to the next picture.
Yeah.
They would just share. Oh, BK on that bullshit. Somebody in HR got it messed up. It's Burger King, not Burger Queen. Like it's not. But then you swipe and it says because only 20% of women are chefs or whatever. So they're like, let's even out. Start with that. Okay, start with that angle. Because you're not doing yourself no favors.
Yeah.
Still the Whopper still holds it down. I will.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even some women that had seen that, they were just like, I'm not interested in hearing about like your attempt at like trying to make like something that women probably constantly hear, like like a stereotype or like people are being told by other men or whatever, that like you're trying to make it into like a funny campaign to kind of like maybe increase your numbers for school or whatever the case may be or whatever, right? I when I first read it, I was just like, what the fuck? Like I can't even believe they're saying some shit.
You
like
sent
this.
it to the group and we were kind of like, that's odd, they got hacked. and then the next day I saw the post and I swiped to the next picture and I tagged you and I was like, Brandon, you didn't finish telling me the rest of this, bro. That's when it hit me and I was like, oh, it's hilarious. I'm okay with the rest of this. That's funny.
Man, I was able to use that as a joke over at church because we give away food to like the homeless on the weekends, right? So on Sunday there was like extra food. There was a bunch of like greens and like if you got to know how to cook, use some of the stuff that was in there, right? Mm-hmm. So all the men walked over there. They was like, "Oh, no ribs. All right, I'm out." And then then you said you see all the wives, all the moms are all they're scouring through everything. Like, well, I'm gonna use this for this. I'm gonna put this and this and this and this and this. And I looked over and I nudged one of the dudes. I was like, "Look, Burger King got it right, huh?" And then, but he knew the second half too. So he was like, "Yeah, man, she's a cook. She's a great cook. This and that." And so he knew what the second half was. I was like, "All right, we're good."
Yeah. Which is, it's crazy too that they went with that, considering there was another campaign that like they did like a week prior, like just on like they did a photo dump, I guess, or whatever, and it showed like rancid, like a rancid burger from like their burger or whatever.
It molded
Yeah,
because it's
molded.
real ingredients.
And yeah, they were still like real ingredients, no preservatives and all that stuff. Like, because I know like McDonald's stuff, like it doesn't ever mold or whatever, right? Like,
Have you seen that shit? Have you seen the people try to like melt the French fry or something, or like the burnt? And it's like, bro, like that's circulating in this bitch. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
that's
crazy. And I thought that was like, I was like, this is brilliant, like marketing, because it's like this makes me want to go eat your food more than it makes me want to go eat like a similar competitor or something. I know at least that your food is real, you know, to whatever degree, you know, like it's not just full of preservatives. It probably got something in it, I'm sure, but it's not just like, it's not as bad as maybe eating McDonald's per se.
You know how I know Burger King does use real ingredients though? Because sometimes I've gotten some bad lettuce. And if I know something about some real ingredients, it's sometimes the shit goes bad.
Yeah.
That's just real. Hey, that's just real. Sometimes the lettuce got the little brown on it. Hey, bring it this way, baby.
For sure.
Let us pray.
Shoot, what the heck else is there?
We don't got much, man. We're gonna get through this, to be honest.
Pepe Le Pew, rest in peace.
More cancel culture. Okay.
Yes,
no, he's not resting in peace. I'm not letting this one slide. No. But what I will say is the company WB did it themselves. It's not like somebody came after them. So I get it. Like, you know, you're cutting your own foot off for that freedom or whatever, but
you know,
preemptive strike.
My brother posted something and it was like, you know, like you ever seen that post where it's like Lisa, she's on like the chalkboard and was like, it's trying to make like a proclamation or something like that. And it was something along the lines of like, oh, like if the company decides to do away with something that's problematic, it's not cancel culture. It's them trying to stay ahead.
It's just adjustments.
It's
just it's your choice.
But so I have put that, I failed to see the difference because in my eyes, I still see it as part of cancel or a byproduct of cancel culture.
It doesn't matter how you intended it.
Yeah.
Social standards will deem it canceled.
Yeah. So I was like, this is either somebody that's like kind of, I guess, indulges in cancel culture, is either a part of the decision-making process now, or you guys are trying to get ahead of cancel culture and cancel it yourselves. So either way, it's essentially a byproduct of cancel culture.
I got something I want to show. It's kind of funny.
So weird. The same thing just happened again. We got a gift from Zoom.
Hey, we'll take it. All right. So in regards to the cancel culture, they canceled Pepe Le Pew, or they took him out of Space Jam 2 because they thought that the story of Pepe Le Pew represented rape culture, because he would never take no for an answer from the girl he was pursuing. But it brought the cartoon minds out, and it was like, wait. Pepe, just because Pepe Le Pew's a guy, right? And we all know that when it comes to like molestation and stuff like that, it's definitely a one-way street with that. Like it's harder for men. Let's keep it real. But the cartoon minds were like, hold on. Let's talk about these females that don't say no, that don't take no. So we got Dejanay from Proud Family. That girl never stopped. You can't tell me she never stopped. Who else we got? Hold on. Who else we got? Yeah, Sugar Mama from the same show. She wasn't taking no for an answer. She was on Do Like Crazy.
Yes, sir.
These three girls.
From
yeah.
That's straight up sexual assault from them. Sexual assault.
Thank you. Next, canceled. Next. Okay. Oh yeah, Helga G. Pataki. Come on, bruh.
That's at minimum. Culture? That's at minimum stalking. At minimum.
Need I say more? I don't need to say more. I wish I had a picture of Lunel, but I don't. So,
hello, my loves.
She wasn't Coming to America, wasn't she?
She was one of the aunties or whatever.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton too. Like I've seen people talking about like even Johnny Bravo. They said Master Roshi. It's the list goes on and on, man.
But it was like, it's also like, even though they didn't want to take no for an answer, it was all out of like love. There might have been some lust, But these people weren't tying people down and like, you're not good. Like it.
Yeah, it was like a comedy element to it.
It's just
you
a
know what I mean?
different time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a different time. That's all.
I guess
And
it also has to do too with like nowadays it's more like accepted to like speak your mind, which is like it should never have not been accepted to speak your mind, but it's like a lot more. I feel like people were more like willing to be somewhat uncomfortable with somebody's like advances towards them in the past versus now. Like people are just like shut you down real quick. Hell no, get the fuck away from me. I'm not fucking with you like that. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't even breathe towards me or some shit, you know. But back in the day, you might be like, this nigga's drunk, whatever. He just let him get his fucking shit off or whatever. I'm just gonna chill here. He ain't gonna do. He's harmless, you know.
hey, the crazy part is nowadays, the more disrespectful you are, the better chances you got.
For real, man. I'm telling you, Jerome from Martin would be killing it today. Whoa.
We went from, I said, yo, I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss. I seen you from across the room. And now it's just like, what's up, bitch? That ass fat. Like,
Jesus.
And then we going out.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's crazy.
Sadly,
different times, bro. Different times.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't just watch a movie and split a milkshake no more. You feel me? You got to do the most. These bitches want crab boils. They want shopping sprees. They want you to clean out their Amazon cart. They want you to like, bro.
Speaking of shopping sprees, how about that stimulus check, huh?
I'll tell you about it when I get it, damn it.
Man, I mean, Biden signed the bill and everything. Everybody was super stoked. They were like, when's my stimulus check coming? When my stimulus check coming? Some people are already getting it. Some people got it pending. Here we go.
That's all I got left. Motherfucker went to Burger King.
It's crazy. There's so many memes that's spawning. I saw one that said like they said like, oh sir, the French fries will be $5.30. And they said, I said how much for the franchise, not the French fries.
Yo,
it's like what?
So crazy how okay. When you're talking about when you're talking about free money, even though like let's just get the pandemic out your mind. You talk about $1,400 of free money. Yeah, it's a lot of money because it's money you didn't have.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about in an economic crisis and what's going on and people actually losing jobs and people who actually have jobs that get paid, this stimulus is like one paycheck for some people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like for the people who's really, and I'm not, no shade thrown, but for the people who this money actually makes a difference, I'm glad that you're getting it. I'm glad we're getting it.
For sure.
But for other people to just kind of like make jokes about like, it's only a little bit or it's only this and that. Hey, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how else to put it. But I mean,
technically, it is a little bit of money for those people, for exactly what you're talking about.
But
the people that needed it, they haven't had money for 9 months. They got their job, they got their business shut down, and all that. They needed $1,400 a month, fam.
Exactly, and that's the next point I was gonna say. But when you think about it in terms of now, it's literally been a year. It's literally been 12 months now. This is our third check. The first one was 6. The second
first one was 14. Second one was 6, and
they gave us 6, and then they added.
No, the first one was 12.
There you go.
First one was
12.
12, and then they gave us
6, and then now we're getting 14.
Okay. So break that down into 12 months, and they paid all of our phone bills. And no shade, because like I said, we've been blessed enough to still have jobs and work. Facts. So this is like extra income.
This is facts. This
and hopefully they don't,
work shirt on right now. Shit.
like we talked about, you serving towels in a restroom at some fancy hotel right now.
No,
thanks for the tip, brother. Thank you.
He's actually at the factory where they make those old school cups, the same color in the background. That's him right there.
That looked like that 1990s McDonald's interior.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Saved by the Bell room right there. That's hilarious.
Jesus.
Yeah, we roasted today.
Yeah, man. A lot of people needed this money. We actually just seen a story. Was it today where it was like a quadruple murder?
And that was the other thing we were gonna bring up is there's one aspect of the stimulus where it's like, even for the people that do need that money, they need to stop. Even if it's a lot of money to you, you need to stop acting like 1,400 is 25 grand. So it's not going to change your life. It's going to help you. It's not going to change your life. Don't kill people over that. Stop shanking people for Jordans on the release dates too. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, bro. Like, come on. It's not worth it. Now you're going to prison for a lifetime or like killing people. You know what I'm saying? Like eternal fire. You know what I'm saying? Just for some. That part's crazy. That to me is can't do it, bro. Just
for
can't.
700 funky ass dollars.
It's a bad look too, especially when it's like your people. And you're acting out like this, and this is why we minorities don't get no love in this country. Because as soon as you have an opportunity to do better, you don't. So it's just upsetting, and hopefully this shit don't happen no more.
For sure, man.
Rest in peace to the deceased, man. That's crazy over a fucking stimulus.
For sure. What else we got? Soulja Boy and Randy Orton beefing.
Honestly, this caught me by surprise. I didn't even know really what's going on. Soulja Boy is just all about his brand, and they know that WWE is all about their brand. So this is another one of those. Let's just mix it up and see what happens.
So low key, real, though. Low key though, it really stemmed from like for whatever reason I made the connection with Bow Wow when he talked about joining WWE. And I was like, I wonder if Soulja Boy just kind of like saw that and kind of ran with it or something, you know?
Piggyback.
But yeah. So he tweeted something like, I'm the realest nigga in the game. Like all you rap niggas faker than WWE. And then Randy Orton and like a couple other wrestlers chimed in. And then like Soulja Boy and Randy Orton had a back and forth. Soulja Boy doing things like, you know, Randy Orton's like 40-something years old. Like, and I have more money than him. You know, he was like, oh, like, just tell me when to pull up, man. He's like, I'll show you what's up or whatever, you know, like, really talking about fighting. Randy Orton posted pictures of wrestling because obviously, as you know, even though it is indeed rigged, there are still very much consequences.
In a way. Because what I do got to mention is, even though, like, if you compare it to other sports, there's a play that you and your teammate, like in baseball, the pitcher and the catcher know, essentially, we know the play. We know what pitch is coming.
Yeah.
Things can still go terribly wrong.
Exactly.
That's what wrestling is.
Yeah. So like that
at the entertainment level. Anyway,
he posted some pictures of like them like, you know, serious injuries or whatever, you know, and he's like, oh, it's fake, huh? And he was like, man, that shit's still fake or whatever. And it was just like, I think like Soulja Boy is kind of making it seem faker than it really is, and then Randy Orton's trying to push more of a narrative like people are getting hurt, and it's like, I mean, I get that, but I understand that it is also rigged. You're doing very dangerous stunts is kind of like what the name of the game is. You know, it's like, you know, you're doing dangerous stunts. And I mean, I don't know if this will go anywhere, but I mean, I do know that Soulja Boy is kind of like 6ix9ine or, you know, any of those rappers that like kind of indulge in like the, you know, there's no such thing as bad publicity. I mean, Soulja Boy's name has been in the news for just like the most random shit. I mean, there was that interview.
Not as strong. His beefs don't last as long, but
for sure.
He's like, definitely not shy of the social media and how you can get attention from him.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, it would be interesting to kind of see him. I would like to see him get his ass kicked. I think that'd be kind of fun.
The dude weighs 85 pounds, bro. What are you talking about?
But yeah, that was just super random and caught me totally by surprise. But something that did not catch me by surprise, though, is the Snyder Cut. Reviews are out.
Whoa. Time out.
You're talking about something that was literally a surprise for everything. Was not a surprise to you.
What were you saying, Daniel?
Nobody knew. That's a surprise if I ever heard.
I say y'all better not spoil this right now.
No, it's not out yet.
I don't know about it.
It's not out yet.
I've seen a bunch of people talking about. I've seen it already.
Yeah, there's no spoiler. There's no spoiler. I haven't seen any spoiler reviews already. I do know to preface this a little bit. So the new Tom and Jerry movie just released on HBO Max. That's also where the Justice League Snyder Cut is being released. There was a glitch in their system supposedly where if you played the Tom and Jerry movie, instead of Tom and Jerry playing, the Snyder Cut would start playing. It's like a 4-hour long movie. They've even split it up into like time groupings. I guess like they're recommending people watch it in like installments versus watching like the whole movie at one time. And all the reviews I've seen so far are like
the Snyder Cut of what movie?
Of the Justice League. So the Justice League came out in 2017, I think. It didn't really do well, obviously. Zack Snyder was a director for it, and like halfway through, or like I think he was only 80% of the movie, and what ended up happening, he had a family tragedy unfortunately occur while he was filming it, so he had to pull out. And then I think Josh Whedon came in and finished the rest of the movie, but he made like a bunch of changes to the film as well. He followed like the central arcing storyline, like for the most part, like uh fucking why can't I think of his name all of a sudden? God damn it. The villain comes, the Justice League gets found by Batman, and then at the end, yeah, Steppenwolf, there you go. And then at the end, you know, they fight him and they win or whatever, right? There's just basically, from what I've been gathering, there's more meat and potatoes to that. You get to see more of why people are the way they, like Cyborg. People are kind of complaining about his kind of like his personality in a little bit and stuff like that, but you kind of see more why he is the way he is. Batman and kind of, you know, trying to get all the people together. You get to see more of that, obviously. Supposedly there's more heroes in this film too, but there's also more villain like shots too. I know there's like a scene of Jared Leto in there with like Batman and like like after like I think it's supposed to be like a look into the future or something. All I know is that there's a lot more footage. Hopefully it's good. I heard there's more blood and stuff in like the Atlantean fights and whatnot. Steppenwolf obviously looks much better. Dark Side.
That's what I was going to ask about though. The guy that took over, what would you say his name was? Dan Jennings or something like that?
Josh Whedon, I believe.
Oh yeah, okay, that guy. Is he the reason why Doomsday looks nothing like how Doomsday was supposed to look?
I don't think that he made Batman. I forget who made Batman vs Superman. I really don't remember. I'm not really good with directors in particular, but somebody was actually talking to me about that the other day and saying that like they actually enjoy that movie. They just hate that they feel like Doomsday should have been a part of that movie because he was really rushed and he was like looked terrible or whatever, which I agree. But yeah, I don't know what was up with that. That was really strange and just weird in general. But like I said, people are pretty much everybody saying that this movie is better than the original. But like I said, it follows the same central storyline of the whole thing. So I'm looking forward to it, even though it is a 4-hour movie that's very long. One issue I've had with the reviews I've watched though is that because people talk about like, oh, like the characters are so much more fleshed out, and you know it's a better story because it's more put together, or whatever. But I'm like, this literally could have been anybody. Any director could have fleshed the story out more if you give them 4 hours for the movie versus I think the movie was like 2.5 hours, something like that. That's a lot more time to do anything in the movie. So I don't really think it's fair to say like, oh, the Snyder cut specifically is better. But I mean, that's what people are going to say though, obviously. And then there's going to be so many cliffhangers that we're never going to get the finish, the final product of because supposedly they're not even moving forward with this anymore. I think we're supposed to just get like Aquaman 2, the Flash movie, and then I think that's about it. I don't know if they're rebooting it or like kind of changing it somehow, but like we're supposed to get a Justice League 2 and 3, but if Ben Affleck's not playing Batman anymore, obviously that's not possible. Same for Henry Cavill. I mean, I think I heard a rumor that he's coming back, but if he is not back as Superman, clearly we have no Superman. So what the fuck are we gonna do? You know, but I don't know. Anything could happen. Maybe the Snyder cut changes people's minds. Maybe people decide to come back. Maybe they go, okay, no, we want Zack to do this now. Like he made this way better. Maybe this will actually work, you know, the way we want it to. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I blocked out. I've told people, I've told my family, I've told my church, I'm like, don't call me on March 18th at all. I'm not leaving the house for nothing. I'm sticking to this 4 hours. I'm grabbing 2 bags of popcorn and I'm gonna sit my ass there and enjoy this movie.
That's a long time to watch a movie, man. That's gonna be.
You're gonna grab one of those bedside toilets too, and
little bed.
I just might. No, I think I'm just gonna get Depends.
Just put it.
Oh man. So there's been a lot of sports acquisitions, guys. I don't know if you guys want to talk about it real quick.
We can do it, I guess, if you want to talk about your favorite ones, but it's
kind of rattle off. Well, I was just gonna mention real quick, Dak Prescott, $160 million for 4-year deal for Cowboys. We're going to the Super Bowl. No, not really.
That's great. That's great for Dak Prescott, and he makes that team better. But that team sucks, bro. Like that's an 8-8 team if I ever saw one.
Yeah. Cam re-signed with the Pats. Brady re-signs with the Bucks. I mean, and Brady, you know, doing Brady things. What did he do? Like he did some kind of like loophole for his contract, right? Where like he made.
He's been doing that his whole career though in New England. He's been restructuring his money so that they can
to keep the team together. Yeah.
More present day cap room to get more players. Like that's not. The dude's set already. He's gonna be getting NFL checks for like 30 years after he's retired anyway. So, matter. He's gonna be in the booth somewhere, probably in New England next to Kraft. That's like his butt buddy or whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, they're gonna give that dude a job in New England. Watch when Bill Belichick retires, they're gonna come to Tom.
He's the coach now. Imagine that'd be fucking wild.
But them damn Patriots, man, they totally ruined my whole free agency hope by getting both of them tight ends. I was sitting there like, well, damn, who we got in the draft, because they just gonna take everybody.
Football's just crazy this year because the cap room of the season with the the COVID and all that stuff, it went down to like, I think it went down like $20 million or something. So all these teams, unless you're a superstar, if you're a middle of the road player getting some really good money, like you're still trying to live up to your money, these guys are getting cut loose because they need to fill roster spots with that same amount of money and in exchange for one person. So the teams that got money, we're gonna see it's a carousel of players. Like all the teams are looking different next year. For the most part, the main ingredients are there, but there's a lot of teams where it's like, damn, like y'all didn't have no defense for 20 years, and now it's like, where'd this come from? Like we're gonna see a lot. We're gonna see a lot of that. My team is the Jaguars. We're ass. We got the number 1 pick. We got like 10 good free agent signings in the last 3 days. Looking real good right now.
For sure.
I mean, they haven't played a lick yet, so don't, but I'm just saying, they looking good. They're looking like the Cowboys of Florida. Probably go 8-8. I'm just keeping it real. I'm sorry, dude.
What about you, Daniel? What about your Panthers? You guys making any good acquisitions?
Man, no, we are not. Like I was saying, I'm totally pissed off at these damn Patriots because we needed a tight end. They took 2 of them in the span of a day and a half. Okay, and they took 2 of these dudes off the market. They got 2. My Panthers got 2 O linemen, bro. Like not even like they ranked the linemen. Time out. They ranked the linemen from 1 to 71. The best one we picked up ranked 65. What is y'all doing? What are you doing, fam?
Hey, even the Raiders got rid of 4 of their 5 starting O linemen, and one of them's the center who's a Pro Bowler.
Wow.
They ain't trying to win. Gruden is outro.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Idiots, man. It's kind of late now, but I mean, All-Star Weekend, you guys weren't impressed, right?
I don't watch All-Star Basketball Weekend. The competitions, I dabble. The game, yeah, it's the worst All-Star game of all the sports. I could care. There's no defense, bro.
Yeah.
These guys are tossing up alley-oops from 3/4 of the court down, and 5 guys on defense just watching this shit. Like, what's the point? Don't play this shit no more. Just don't play it.
Yeah,
honestly, go ahead.
I'm never really for the game at all. I'm usually the competition type of guy. The dunk contest, it was whack just because you can't have a dunk contest after what Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine did. You can't have a dunk contest no more. I'm sorry. If Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine aren't in it, just don't have it.
You got to lower the shit to 9 feet. That's the only way it's going to be impressive. Bring Nate Robinson back so he could come back to life from his recent L and, do it like that.
I think he's still in a coma. I don't think they can get him yet. But it hasn't been cleared by his doctor. But
oh my god,
I really enjoyed the 3-point contest this year. Like even though Devin Booker wasn't in it, I was sitting there watching. I was like, "Whoa, is Curry going to actually lose?" And he had it dangling in front of me, and he was like, "Nope, last second, gotcha. I'll get the win."
It's the best competition. Because that 40% of the NBA's total shot attempts are 3-pointers now. I saw a stat the other day that said since the beginning of the NBA, there has been 61 games where between both teams a combined, I think it was 63-point attempts in one game between two teams, or it's 50. I think it's 50 3-point attempts. 61 since the beginning of stats of the NBA. 45 came in the last 2 seasons of those 61 games. What? What is the paint? What is the paint, bro? Like, come on.
You can blame the Warriors for that. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, you can blame them for that.
No, I can blame the people who think they can do that. Just because you think you can do that don't mean you can do that. Steph, wet. Klay, wet. KD, wet. all of y'all ain't them. Just stop doing it. Get the ball to the big man in the paint and let him go to work so we can get these games over with. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus. Crazy. Oh, real quick, basketball news though, real quick. I guess supposedly LeBron James bought part, or he owns part or got some stocks into the Red Sox.
Oh, nice.
So he's a partial owner of the Red Sox. I don't know how big. I'm sure it's like 2%.
Oh, he got money. Okay.
If that man don't shut up and dribble, I mean,
wow.
I'm just playing.
Okay, Tommy, Laurent, Jackson.
We kind of talked about this yesterday, but in a little bit of comic book news, there's new Captain America. There's going to be a few new Captain Americas, actually. There's a new story coming out.
Time out. Random disclaimer. What you're about to hear next is just going to be our separate individual opinions. Okay, go ahead.
I speak for everybody when I talk. I speak for everybody.
I forget the character's name. I think it's Aaron Hawkins,
Captain America,
or something like that. But yeah, it's a new Captain America. He comes. Okay, so it's a transgendered man that is gay. That's gay. Embodying Captain America, kind of for the everyday man. I don't know what it is that he's using as a shield, maybe like a trash can or something. It's not like the regular shield, because it's like random paint on the thing or whatever. And
I got so many jokes right now that'll get our ass cut the fuck off, bro. I'm itching, bro. I got these trans puns sitting on the back of my tongue right now, bro. I can't.
Jesus. Okay. All right. So
message the Instagram page on the low and I'll send you the jokes. Don't worry about it.
So the story involves like Sam, Bucky, Steve, and I forget the other guy's name. I think he's the secret agent or whatever, the other Captain America kind of guy. They go on an adventure to kind of recover Cap's stolen shield, the Steve Rogers stolen shield. And along the way, they see other people who have been inspired by Captain America to kind of take up the mantle and, do whatever they're doing in their cities, right? And one of the Captain Americas that's kind of making headlines right now is the transgendered gay man, Aaron. And his design is pretty cool. I was telling Joey, and forgive me for my ignorance, but it was kind of confusing until Joey laid it out for me. He's a woman, transgender, that's transitioning into a man, or transitioned into a man that is by technically straight, but is gay because they insist they're a man.
She went from a heterosexual woman to
insisting to be a
homosexual man.
Yeah. So I was a bit confused at that too until he kind of like stated it, and I was like, okay, that makes sense or whatever, right? Myself personally, Captain America is like one of my favorite heroes. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say like, oh fuck, like I was super pissed. I wasn't super pissed, but I wasn't like super like excited about it either. You know what I mean? My feelings are kind of like, I don't want to say neutral, but like I'm more so happy that no other like original characters like backgrounds were affected by this, like Sam or Bucky or God forbid, the black dude or whatever, right? Sam. Not that I have a problem with anybody being transsexual. That's a part of their character. That's a part of their story. That's a part of like, a good story arc or whatever. People can relate to that. By all means, go ahead and, put it out there, put the story out there. My only,
I think you got to give a little background because it's not so much about the character's sexual preference or background. It's literally because across the globe, or at least the United States, I'm guessing, there are multiple versions of Captain America. Yeah. In different cities, there are different representations of Captain America. So all this movie is saying is, while all these Captain Americas are like looking for this shield or whatever, they come across this other Captain America from his city
or place or whatever,
that happens to be a transitioning woman into a man.
So
like,
it's Spider-Man into the multiverse, but
it's literally the subtopic. Like this character's sexual preference is not even that important. It's a subtopic to what that person is in the movie.
Well, it's not gonna. It's just a comic book. It's just a new comic book that's coming out. Comic book. But yeah, he's a brand new character. He has And that's one of the things that I was kind of happy about. I was like, brand new character, all right, cool. You know, like representation matters for sure for everybody. You know, I mean, like as a Black person, I can totally empathize with the wanting to be represented, wanting to see
The
yourself in
minority
something.
factor.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember having a conversation with somebody on Facebook or whatever, talking about like, oh, I'm sorry you have to see yourself in like in cartoons or whatever, or like you're upset that you can't see representation in cartoons or whatever. Kind of like because I was like excited about something. I think we were talking about the Black Captain America. I think we were talking about Sam actually, and I was like, we don't see this all the time. Like, you know, it's usually a white guy, and it was like a white person telling me like, oh, like I'm like they felt bad for me that I was like seeking representation in a cartoon or whatever. And I was just like, well, it's just good to see somebody that looks like me that's doing positive stuff and isn't just a gangbanger who like happens to somehow get powers or something. You know what I mean? Like,
and if you watch stuff at face value, just take the story for what it is. Their backgrounds and your personal like attachment to it isn't even a factor.
Yeah.
Like some of my favorite movies, there's white actors in them. I don't care that they're not Mexican. I give a fuck.
For sure.
You know, but I get it. Like for the progression, like historically, these movies and stories are being told by certain people. We got to mix it up. I'm not completely sold on the idea that we have to rearrange and remix existing stories to balance it out. Yeah. I'm more in favor of let's use our creativity and present day experiences to make new ones, including the things that we think are lacking. We don't have to go change the past to make the our present a little more balanced. If that's what society has an issue with, we don't have to. And they're not, to me, they're not remakes. They're remixes. And if anybody knows me personally, I don't like remixes unless it's a So Def remix. I'm the only ones that get any play for me. Other than that, a remix is, you know, unless it's a Lil Wayne mixtape. I ain't listening to no remixes. No, I'm sorry. Yes, I brought out the So Def. You know that's the coldest remix game ever. Jermaine Dupri had it on lock. J.E. y'all, he on lock. Everything.
It's probably who they get to be the Stan Lee of that comic book, since Stan Lee's not gonna, he's usually in everything, right? Since he's not gone now, are they gonna have Biden just running around giving people money at random parts of the city? Just they're gonna be running down the street. He's gonna be sitting there with his mitts.
We already talked about the stimulus, and we didn't even bring up the money bag Joe. We didn't even bring up the memes that came with Joe. And bro, it's so crazy because people hated Trump so much. We have no idea what Joe Biden is doing, and we don't care because we got the money. Nobody cares what's going on. That just goes to show this entire time, anybody could have been president. You give us $1,400 a month, and we'll call it quits. I don't care who's at the top. Pay me my money, and I'll stay out the way. We'll have enough money to fix our own roads. We don't need you. They don't even fix our roads. Where's tax money? Sorry, it's getting deep.
That's right now. Fact.
Sorry.
Did you have any thoughts on the Captain America character, Daniel?
No, I was trying to stay quiet. I don't know if you didn't notice. I wasn't making no interjections or nothing. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. I'm gonna just be quiet. Let y'all do your thing.
All right.
Next topic.
Real quick before okay, so I kind of want to get into this. I don't really know if I want to get into this divorce thing so much, but I'm just going to kind of reveal some information that has been presented to me. Kanye and Kim are no longer speaking, allegedly. Apparently, Kanye West told his wife, or his soon-to-be ex-wife potentially, that she can contact his security in order to speak to him. I think that's kind of wild. I don't know that I believe that specifically.
He's like that, though. This is why when people were trying to this is why when people say, oh, Kanye's really come around, Kanye's really done this with the whole presidential election, when I said that I've been a Kanye fan my whole life, I know this dude's like consistency of his personality better than anybody I know, because I feel like I pay attention, I listen to music. This is not surprising. People saying, oh, he's going crazy, he's doing this, he's doing that. He told you in music a long time ago he didn't give a fuck as long as the bitch looked right. I'm going to get me a Kim Kardashian, keep my kids for 18 years. Like, he talked about it, bro. Essentially, he doesn't give a fuck. As soon as he feels like you crossed him, you lost him. And that's it. I don't care if you the mother of my children. Holla at Big Joe, my main security dude, and he'll let you through the gate in Wyoming.
It just surprises me because the kids, I guess. But then I think like if something were to happen, I'm sure the nannies or whoever is involved can probably just call him themselves, and he'd be fine with that. He's probably thinking specifically, Kim, if you need to talk to me for whatever reason, I don't want to talk to you.
The epitome of privilege. And the crazy part is when kids grow up privileged, their parents usually worry about what? Oh, too much attention could be bad. You're not going to have a normal life. You're not going to do this. Yeah. Kris Jenner is a fucking bruja. She's a witch, bro. She don't care about these kids. You don't care about these kids.
Which, I mean,
so what I'm saying is they're growing up. Yeah, they're growing up thinking that this is the status quo, that this is the norm. So they already know that. Blue Ivy, same thing. Fame is you were born with it.
She won a Grammy, by the way.
Anyway, I don't want to address that.
Mike, she's a bruja. That's
she's a bruja, bro. I said it.
But
she's a gypsy. If she lived in San Diego, she'd be in El Cajon, boosting targets and pickpocketing in the parking lot. That's exactly what the fuck the Kardashians are, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I don't think
own at least 7 or 8 of them hookah joints. I'm just keeping it real. No, I'm just look. Excuse my facts. Okay, these are uncredited facts. Cancel me.
I was also going to say, because you brought up Kris Jenner, that Keeping Up with the Kardashians is coming to an end. I know none of us here watched that, but
hallelujah.
Did you see the
her breakdown? She was like crying about it. Yeah.
I can't believe it. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Like that's how I feel, bro. I'm sorry. That's how I really feel. That's how I really feel. I'm sorry.
Oh my God,
my tears. She felt all the relevance just flowing from her eyes. She was just like, "It's over for me. Nobody's gonna care who I am anymore. I'm gonna walk down the street."
She'll just get that redone. Don't worry about it. They just fix themselves right up. Why is Khloe Kardashian slowly turning into Beyonce? By the way,
that shit is weird.
What the fuck, weird. Bro?
Bro, she came on a commercial on YouTube the other day. I was like, "Who is that?" She was like, "Oh, I'm Khloe." And I was like,
"Oh, oh, this is what you look like now, huh? What are you, a warlock?"
Shit, honestly, the shit's scary.
Yeah,
the shit's scary. This is one of the families that is at the forefront of I'm gonna do what I want because I have the money to. You know, like people have always done that, but they made a living and a fortune off of broadcasting that on television to people who are stuck at home, not making no money.
Yeah.
So it's bruja. There's some real witchcraft going on, bro. I don't know.
Aside from the Kim and Kanye thing, Dr. Dre's ex-wife was denied a restraining order after alleged abuse allegations and referencing a new song in which he calls her a bitch and a perjurer.
Did she not listen to any of his other music? She really held him down. Thanks for listening, babe.
Yeah. I think that one's getting kind of messy, and I mean, I hope it kind of like ends in a decent way. I mean,
take your money.
He's already given her money, you know.
Take your money and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You got it.
You got way more than you deserve, by the way. Nobody deserves no millions of dollars to do nothing like that. Come on now.
And then Adele's ex-husband won't get alimony, I guess, once the divorce is finalized. So this one I was a little bit confused about because I thought they were already divorced. But I guess, do you got any more information on that, Daniel?
No, I didn't know that was gonna make the docket, but
he would have been well prepared, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get a pre-workout docket. So, but I heard through the grapevine that they're gonna once she got that hookup pretty much through the judge, which is what I was telling you guys before. The judge can throw out or whatever. You guys are gonna get prenups or whatever type of situation you have with your wife. The judge can throw it out at a whim, depending on what state you're in, depending on how lenient they decide to be in that state and all that. So I guess whatever judge she spoke to was like, okay, I'll let you not pay money until once we finalize this.
She's from the UK, right?
I think so.
No, yeah. She just hit up the queen. That's all they did.
And so I was telling you guys, like I've never heard of somebody being like, okay, once the divorce is final, you never have to pay. Like this is like she's been the first for a lot of things. Like a lot of times people are talking about like, oh, she's probably one of the first females to have to actually pay alimony to the husband that didn't do nothing and this and that, even though she wasn't. Madonna been playing alimony for 50 years.
She not getting
it's crazy.
That's like when you quit your job and you leave a 2 weeks notice, and the manager's like, you know what? Just we'll pay you out the 2 weeks. Just leave now. That's exactly what happened. Disrespectful.
Straight up, man. So I don't understand how she got that done, but congratulations to her, I guess. Sucks for the dude. I don't know what the dude's doing with the money. So I hope you're saving it and investing and using whatever you're getting until it's time to cut it off and for your purpose. For you.
There's one more situation pertaining to a marriage /
J-Lo and
No. Money. Who we talking money moves? I don't give a damn about no other Latinos feuding. Plus, they're Puerto Rican, bro. I'm Mexican, and let's put like all Latinos, like Mexican, whatever. All the Latins. We know that Puerto Ricans are different. It's a census, like we all are at an understanding that Puerto Ricans are a little different. So we just not gonna go there.
Apologies to the Puerto Rican community that listens to us.
No, none. Hit me. DM me.
Don't hate us when we come out there to visit y'all, please.
You damn right. I ain't going nowhere. I was talking about Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
His ex-wife, crazy is, as soon as they got divorced, she became the richest woman in the world. Fuck you, Oprah. So that's so the new dude that she's getting with, I guess, is like convincing her or like pushing her in the direction of donating all the money.
Isn't he like a teacher?
Yeah, fuck you, dude. I'm sorry. That's a cash cow. That's a cash cow I'm not cooking. I'm sorry.
Donating all the money. That's insane. I mean, he might have a different view, like of the world, mainly just because
I totally get it.
Work and
donate a lot of what's his name? Bill Gates' wife. Is it Linda? Linda Gates?
So, yeah, I think
Who knows? Wow.
She donates a lot of, like, you don't need that much money. Like, let's keep it. You don't need that much money. So I get the thing, but the title of like, it said like donate all the money. You fucking tripping. I'll be down.
Talk about fumbling the bag.
He must be the substitute teacher, because ain't no real teacher talking about, no, give this money away.
We definitely ain't teaching finance. I know that for sure.
She can buy a whole new division in the NFL. She can't lose. She literally buy her way into the playoffs. Crazy.
Shit. Let me list off these little quick announcements here. For movies and TV, we got Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson getting his own show on Disney+. Obviously, before his demise inside Star Wars Episode 1. Falcon and Winter Soldier, the final trailer dropped. It actually premieres this Friday. If it might be Wednesday or Thursday when you're listening to this, I'm not really sure. Everybody Hates Chris it's been announced that an animated reboot is in the works for that show. I don't fucking know why. Don't ask me. I'm just letting you guys know the bullshit that's out there in the world. And finally, possible standalone Call of Duty Zombies game being released. That I'm actually interested in, because I don't really fuck with Call of Duty in totality, but like I like the extra stuff, and like I didn't buy the new Call of Duty just because of zombies. It wasn't enough to kind of push me towards that. But if a Call of Duty Zombies game specifically for zombies came out, I would be in there for sure. I'd totally be in there.
An animated remake.
Yeah, I don't.
They're going to be pissed off when they found out everybody hates this shit. Like, that's what's going to happen, bro. Hell no. Oh, sorry. Come on, bro. They couldn't get Terry Crews, huh? He's been taking L's the last 3 years, too.
Is Brooklyn Nine-Nine still going?
9-9.
I've never seen that show. I've never seen that show except for one clip that used to always circulate on my Twitter feed. Oh, and it was the one where they were singing in the lineup. They had guys in a lineup and he was like singing with them.
Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't watched the show. That shit is hilarious.
I think you would love it. You would love it. Yeah. I think you would love it.
I need to watch it.
Superstore also. It's not really that's big of an announcement. But so for this season, like I think it's the 5th season, if I'm not mistaken, or the 6th season, I can't really remember. America Ferrera had decided to drop out of the show. That's what the news I got at the end of the last season. I remember reading about when I watched the last season, at least not when it was airing, but when it was all out or whatever, I watched it. I read that she was leaving the show. But I guess she decided to do like the first couple episodes of the newest season. She was in the first 2 episodes. And most of it obviously stemmed around the pandemic and everything, which is actually pretty cool. If you guys ever, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it's kind of cool. They like added that to the show, like the COVID-19 and all that stuff, right? But apparently she's going to come back out for the last episode because it's going to be the series finale instead of just the season finale, supposedly. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, it's a really good show, but if it's ending, and she gets to come back, it's kind of cool. Some people are actually kind of upset about it because like they feel it's her fault, the reason why the show is getting canceled. Like a lot of times when the main character leaves the show is not the same anymore, right? And she was kind of
big
the main
facts,
character.
man.
Yeah, so
I've been waiting for Shameless for a while. I don't know what's happening.
I think that show's done, isn't it?
Nah, because the same thing where that the main actress left or whatever, and then they were like, okay, I guess we got to end it now because we don't have Fiona running around here.
Okay. So yeah, so when the main actor or actress leaves, it kind of just the show's pretty much usually on its last couple legs. But before we wrap up out here, I had a couple questions that I wanted to ask you guys. So I'm gonna save the virginity stories for another day. We don't have to worry about that one, right?
Hey, you had to bring it up.
We'll say that one for another day. That'll be a nice little juicy tidbit. But I have 2 questions for you guys.
That's kind of a juicy tidbit. Oh, that's kind of funny. Kind of sounds nasty now that you say it like that.
So the first question I have for you guys, and this actually stems from I started listening to See the Thing Is. It's another podcast on the Joe Budden Network, helmed by Mandy and Bridget. It was actually pretty interesting because like to see the way they think, and then some of it makes me think like, damn, like I wish Daniel heard this so that I could get his point of view from this, right? So one of the things
all you got to do is send me the link.
Make
sure you timestamp it. I'm not just trying to listen to the whole thing. Just give me the timestamp from here.
But one of the things that came up was a tweet that's kind of went viral for a little bit. I saw it on Facebook, I think, or Twitter. I can't remember, but I know it was kind of going around, and it was something along the lines of like a woman went out with her friend and her boyfriend, and she appears not to really like him. She says he's dusty, crusty, or whatever. And then she had like $25 worth of drinks and food or whatever. And then he decided to get split checks and paid for himself and his girlfriend and not the other woman. So my question to you guys is, if you ever go out with your girlfriend and her friend, will you pay for the tab or only for you and your girlfriend?
I'm only paying for me and my girlfriend. That freeloader can go pay for her own potatoes, fam. It's not happening. That's what she's doing, fam. She's freeloading. She's three-wheeling it in our date, fam. Like I'm taking you out. I love you. I don't care about her unless she's my side chick. But maybe that was the issue. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the full story about what was happening. But for me personally, I'm not paying for nobody except for the person that I'm actually dating.
Let me try to put it in like a different scenario, just to see if you might think differently if this is a certain scenario, right? And then Joey, you can obviously respond right after this too. So I hear what you're saying about that, like if because it sounds more like maybe like you were gonna go somewhere and then like maybe like her friend joined or tagged along or whatever, like, oh, I'm not doing nothing tonight, can I hang out with you guys, or whatever, and your girlfriend maybe was like, yeah, for sure. But what if it's more of like an instance where I don't know, maybe like you're, like you just want to hang out or whatever, and you're like, oh, like invite your homegirl or whatever, let's go to whatever such place or whatever. Would you feel
that's different
to pay for her? Would you? Okay,
that's different. If I'm saying, oh, bring your girl, that's me, owning up to it and be like, okay, like I'll probably put her on the bill. If I'm saying, yeah, bring her. If you just show up with her, no, it's a different story. It's not happening like that. She's not coming up.
You're bringing up a lot of scenarios that these matter at the time. So like sure. I've done this multiple times, and it's not because I'm a sucker. One, as a man, or as a person, I've heard this, before. But if you can't afford something twice, don't do it. You know, like that's just kind of like the rule I live by. So, you know, if I, right, it's always safer to live that way. But one, you won't ever really be suckered into these situations if you pay attention to the people you're dating. Like you can tell a lot about, especially if like the conversations you have with a woman per se, because we all like women, conversations that we have with women, it doesn't take us but 5 minutes to see if they're genuine or not based off the first time you hang out with her in front of her friends. If you see the differences in how she reacts, her demeanor, her jokes, obviously there's girl talk, there's things that are different, but I'm talking about like the genuine communication. You can see something different. If that's off already, I'm already skeptical about my connection to this girl, let alone her friend.
Yeah.
I don't care about the friends don't matter. I've dated girls where they were great, but the family was iffy, and not trying to say I'm judgmental, because I'm not. I'm open to a lot. But the family was iffy, and the friends were just like, I don't really trust this, you know? But it just really depends. And if I'm in a good mood, yeah, sure, you know, I'll take the drink, you know, whatever, I'll do this, I'll do that. But if a friend ever starts acting entitled to it, you got to understand my morality still has limits on what I would consider, you know, obligations. As a man, I feel obligated if we're going out, I'm paying for the women. That's just the traditional stuff that's kind of stuck with me. I know other people feel some kind of way. That's fine. But my obligations to my morality, even in that sense, don't extend past the person I'm dating.
Yeah.
Unless, obviously, oh, I lost my wallet, I don't have this, oh, it's cheap, oh, she didn't eat much. Don't worry about it, I got it, one tab. It's okay. It's not really a set rule about I have to pay for this, we got to split this, we got to do that, this and that. Because I've had friends like that. Some women are, now I want to say some, but a lot of women are really great too. And we're not even considering how the girl that we're dating would react to us offering for the friend to pay. Because I've done it on more than one occasion with one girlfriend. I won't say her name, but we've gone out with her friend a few times, and I've covered her tab a few times just because maybe I just got paid or whatever, this and that.
Yeah.
And once the night was over, my girl told me, she was like, you know, you don't always got to pay for, like, you know, it was like that before. And then one time it was like, yeah, stop paying for her shit because I'm your girlfriend, not her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just depends. It really was some jealousy. Like, it's dead ass. It was some jealousy stuff. And that to me is the bigger dynamic between the actual friends than the guy you're dating and the friend. The more important dynamic is the two friends.
Exactly.
So if you could read that, you know. But don't ever be a sucker, because let's not forget the word opportunist. I'm not going to throw the word in front of that, but are opportunists. So if you offer that too much, give them an inch.
Take a mile. Yeah.
Rest.
Maybe as far as myself, I've never really been in the situation that I can think of. But I know, like, even with just like friends in general, like I'm kind of just like a generous person, so I'm usually willing to, like, you know, cover a tab or something. I mean, hell, even an example, like a couple
within
weeks
reason.
ago. Yeah. I mean,
sometimes, hey,
sometimes might be a little bit more.
Hey, you ever been persuaded to cover the tab because you saw somebody looking that you just might like to see you covering that shit?
that has never happened to me. No.
But, I've been a sucker once a few times. I've been a sucker.
But like I bought people drinks, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Like nothing like super crazy, you know what I mean. Like hell, I even had that story about when we were drunk, you know, such a Patron on me just to fucking throw money at the bar or whatever. But that was just more like I'm having fun. I'm trying to like have a good time with people or whatever. It wasn't so much like, oh, like I feel obligated to pay for this girl that maybe I'm interested in or that I'm dating, and then her friend, you know what I mean, like. Usually, like, they'll take hell. I've hung out with girlfriends, like not like girls that I was dating, but like friends that are girls that have covered their own tab. You know what I mean? They weren't looking for me to pay shit like right away too. It wasn't like no, like almost like some like.
But
shit.
There's two sides of that. There's the girls who won't let you pay because they have pride, and the girls who won't let you pay because they don't want to give you none. So if that's the case, you're damn right you're paying.
I definitely wasn't looking for none in those situations.
What's our cancel count for today? I think we're at like 9.
like 52 or some shit. But like I said, like a lot of that is like it's situational for sure. I don't think there's like one blanket statement to say like, oh, like I will or won't pay for it. I think it definitely just depends on the situation, what's going on. I mean, like I said, I haven't been in that situation that I can really recall ever, but like I could easily see myself doing something like that for something super small or whatever. Like hell, like I've covered tabs for my family, for friends. Like the story I was just gonna tell was fucking a couple weeks ago on shout out to David on his friend's last day here or whatever. Somebody kind of just said something and I was already thinking about doing it because it was their last weekend out here. They were leaving to Florida or whatever, and I was just like, why not? Fuck it, you know. And I just fucking threw my debit card out there, and they were like, "Oh my god, thank you! Like, you really don't have to do this." And I was just like, whatever. It was at Anthony's Fish Grotto, Daniel. You know that restaurant. So that. Yeah.
See, I'm only doing. See, remember I was talking about the pressure. If you want somebody to see, I'm only doing that if the waitress is giving me that.
Oh, he got money. Okay.
I was even thinking about spray painting my MasterCard black, just to see if what happens when I bring out the black cards, you know, just to see the face at the Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever, you know, what have you.
But yeah, Kohl's. Look where this nigga gonna be spending his black card. Bed Bath and Beyond.
Hey, that's gangster. If you got a black card, if you got a black card, if you got a black card, you supposed to be shopping at places you would not expect to see a black card. Mm-hmm. Catch me at the Barnes and Nobles. Mm-hmm.
So kind of caveating off of this conversation, listening to this podcast, I thought another question came to my mind because one of the women on the show said that she reciprocates 30%. She said breakfast and something, and then 30%.
Oh, your volume's going up. Hold on.
It's going up.
Yeah, you should just shut up. Turn it down. Mic check.
Okay. Hello. Testing.
It's higher than it was the whole time.
What the fuck? I didn't do anything. Literally.
Brandon got major energy for this topic. That's why he was like, he took a deep breath and everything.
Hello?
All right, we're good. We're almost done. Just finish it.
Okay. So like I said, 30%, which is like,
up. Oh,
so
God.
Anything.
We're reaching that time.
Oh, I think it's probably just like the fucking data and shit like that on the fucking thing. Well, anyways, what's the best gift you've ever gotten, and do you have any gift expectations when it comes to your significant other?
So to answer the second question first, I don't have any expectations. Like anytime a girl's ever wanted to buy me something, I tell her no, like right off the bat. She's like, not because, you know, I'm a player because this and that, just because anything I want, I probably have it, or I'm just going to go buy it myself. I'm not going to trust you to go be like, oh, this is the one he wants, right? And have it be wrong, and I got to pretend like I like it. And I'm just go down there and buy it myself. Look, just don't worry about me. What do you want? Okay, I'll think about getting that for you. Maybe not. Stuff like that.
This topic really hit home because I've only gotten a few really good gifts in my life. I mean, nobody knows you better than your family, like your parents. Facts. Or nobody. So let's not count that because they know. But I'm a historically really good gift giver myself. I for people that deserve the gift or whatever, girlfriends or certain cousins or whatever. I've always been a really good gift giver, but what comes with that is the pain of never feeling that back. Yeah. Because like you always kind of outdo what you get, so that's okay. But the best gifts I've ever gotten random was Daniel actually got me a PS3 a while back, and I want to say like within a month or two, it got stolen from it got stolen from my garage along with a few other items. Like it was really messed up.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Our PlayStation got stolen along with a few other items. Obviously, like I said, clothes is whatever, this and that. I'm not really a jewelry person. I'm more of a give me something that I'm going to use or look at or feel inspired by. Like me, like the vinyl records, that's all day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could do that stuff all day. But I feel like I am a good gift. I've brought people to tears before, not to up nobody, but I've brought bitches to tears with my gifts. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of funny that you bring that up because giving gifts without the pressure or without somebody knowing that they're expecting one is so much more rewarding.
Oh yeah.
That feeling that they talk about giving it, I don't feel that shit at Christmas no more. I mean, my family's a little different and this and that, but I don't, it's not like it's not like in Valentine's Day in elementary school where everybody's getting cards because it's just the fact of giving it, like, let's go.
Yeah.
The Oprah style. You get a card, you get like nobody does that shit no more. Like just with gifts, just because.
Yeah.
So all the pressures that come around it, and then you got to remember who you're dealing with. I feel like I'm a good gift giver. I've dealt with people, girls, where they don't even give me a chance to do something on my own. You're going to throw this. Oh, what are you getting me for Christmas? You're going to do this. Those conversations already turn me off.
Yeah.
They turn me off because now I'm not even looking forward to making your face light up with something. Whether it costs a lot or a little bit, it don't matter. It's always kind of like when you know somebody, but as soon as I know that you're expecting something, the air is out the balloon.
That's kind of one of like the one of the things I like about like gift giving in general too, is like when you know somebody well enough to be able to give them a gift, like something that they'll enjoy, or like when you bring the subject of, like, use useful gifts. I will always appreciate a useful gift. Socks, some drawers, some fucking, some clothes, like things like that. I'll always appreciate that. I'll never be like when I was a kid, totally different story. But now that I'm a grown ass man, yeah. Oh my God, more socks? Thank you. Shit, I fuck with it, like.
Bro, hey, but as a man, get used to it, because that's all you're getting for the rest of your life.
See, that's where we're gonna disagree. Like I was having a conversation with some married dudes at my church, and they was talking about the whole Valentine's Day. The dude got to get something, more than what the female
over the top
and all that. And I told him straight up, I was like, nah, fam, this gonna be a rule in my house. Okay, you want a dress or something? I need some Jordans. First of all, okay. You want a bag? You want a bag? I want a PS5. I mean, it's gonna be whatever you spend is what I'm gonna spend.
An expense is an expense. It doesn't matter what it's for.
The one thing that I will say though is that, like, materialistic wise, it's probably going to be a lot harder to satisfy you than it will be to satisfy her. Not in the sense of like you're not gonna like what she gets, but just like you're gonna probably want less things than the woman might want more.
You know why too though? And I don't know if I'm playing battle of sexes on this, but when guys buy something of value, especially when it costs more, but it's more valuable to you, those are things that you use a lot more often. You know what I'm saying? And they mean more. A lot of times when women buy something of value or get a gift of something of value, if it's like jewelry or if it's like a bag or if it's this, those are things that you can't have enough of and you don't use every day.
Yeah.
You use them once a week.
If she buys you some Jordans,
I got you a nice pair of shoes. You wore them 3 times in 4 years.
Yeah, and if she buys you some Jordans and they weren't the ones that you wanted, you're gonna be like, oh, thanks.
You want a $1,400 bag. I want an $800 PS5 with a few games, and I'm gonna use that for the next 7 years.
True that too. Yes, sir.
That's the problem. That's why guys don't want to just throw up money for temporary joy. Why? So you could throw shit back in my face next week that I did 3 months ago? No.
You don't ever give me nothing no more. That's because the last thing I got you was $2,000.
That's why what you do is, fellas, hear me out. What you do is you pick every major holiday or importance that I got to get this girl a gift. I got to. Birthday, Valentine's Day, Christmas, wherever those lie. You give yourself 6 months or spread it out throughout the year. You give yourself 6 months prior to that date and you save up a little bit and a little bit. Kind of throw it into the jar. Every time she fuck up, you take some out. However good you act is dependent on this gift. I started at $1,000. Okay, you start that shit last week. Ooh, $980. You feel me? Oh, baby girl. You said you had a long day, but you didn't do nothing but lay around. And now I came home from work and hungry as fuck. Ooh, $960. Yeah, I'm not playing it. So that to me, if we're going to work off incentives and you think that you deserve something just for being around, you better earn that shit. Because I'm tired of feeling obligated to give something just because a day on the calendar says you got to keep on pace with your relationship because everybody else doing this shit in America where they tax you for everything.
Damn,
I ain't gonna have
X.
it. Oh,
now that I'm trying
I'm
to
about to start to turn into Daniel right now. I feel like Stephen A. Smith.
I'm trying to think about the best gift that I ever got from somebody.
Oh, I can answer for that for mine.
Brandon's
Like,
giving himself the best gifts. This guy got a nice watch and a grill. I ain't trying.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, my best gifts are centered around pretty much the same person. Two different people got me gifts from the same person. So the way it is, way back in the day, I got a jersey, a Steve Smith jersey.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm wearing this every day. I might not even watch this Joe. This is Steve Smith jersey, first of all.
He went 9 months. He went a long time. And then I was sitting there, I was like, dang, if I could just get that dude's autograph though, because he's like one of my favorite athletes. I never got his autograph. And then Josh was just like, yo, here. Yo, like, man. So those are the two best gifts, but they're dealing with the same person, Steve Smith. I got his jersey and then I got his autograph on a little mini helmet. Those are the two best gifts I've ever got in my life.
You know, it's weird that we're saying this now, because now I'm seeing a pattern of, I feel like our friends, like our male friends, probably give us the greatest gifts of all.
Guy friends are way better than girlfriends. I'm sorry. If we're gonna do the battle of the sexist thing, like when you have to think so hard about, I don't know if she's gonna like this, I don't know about this, but your homie's like, bro, he's gonna love this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you gotta worry about that. Don't worry about that. Man, no homo. But you know what I'm saying? Like but you gotta know your boys. You know?
For sure. I guess like the best gift I ever got was probably like a game.
Gift of life. Ask your mom.
I know, right? Shit. Ultimately, my mom has definitely given me the best gifts like of my entire life, like hands down. No question.
Your parents or whoever was in your home, that's who it's always gonna be.
Yeah, I remember you got that one gift. I thought y'all was Jewish for a second. They got money hidden away. You got a gift like that? Wait a minute.
But like from like a significant other or something, it's like the only thing I can really think of is like a video game, and like I ended up having to sell that for like reasons, and I'm just like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, like I never really had nobody like really reciprocate shit for me like that.
Bro, okay.
Dealt with like a bunch of ain't shit. People.
Relevant story. I got a bass guitar. I think I was 15. I got a bass guitar on Christmas. I played it for 3 years. I got this girlfriend. No need to say no names.
Yeah.
I got this girlfriend. I didn't have money. I was going to community college and playing a sport and had a part-time job. All my money was going to surviving to get through school and stuff like that. I had to sell my bass guitar that brought me a lot of joy to try to get this girl a Christmas gift. Got her a purse, the same kind of purse. It wasn't the exact one, so the shit never got worn, and then I felt stupid. So after I took that L, where I was like, you took a lot of joy from me. Not like momentary, like I get home, I play this thing a little bit, I play along to music, I do this, I do that, just mess around. You took some joy from, not that you didn't take it, I offered it because I thought it would feel rewarding in a sense. Nah, never again. I'm not sacrificing my joy. I'm not sacrificing my joy for somebody else's possible temporary gladness. Sure. I'm not doing it no more. I'm not a father. I don't need to look stupid to make you smile for 5 seconds. I'm not going to do it.
Facts. They're just some interesting questions, I thought.
They're good talk. Hey, they're good convos, man. I don't know.
I might come back with some more. I really like the thought of like hearing because we're obviously an all male podcast. I listen to Joe Budden podcast, which is another all male podcast, and then so hearing this was kind of like cool to hear because I'm listening to women, so it's cool to see like the other side of the spectrum, and then some of the stuff I totally agree with that they're saying, and it makes absolute sense. Other things are kind of like, hold on now, but then one of them will kind of advocate obviously and be like, well, you got to think about it this way too, because even with the whole paying for your girlfriend and her friend, one of them was like, oh, if my dude did that, didn't pay for my I'd be super embarrassed or whatever, and then the other
where's your money at? Get your money.
The other one
was 1950. Go marry you a man with money, girl. You'll have his kids and stay at home and raise the kids, girl. Fuck.
The other one was I would never expect my man to have to do that, and I wouldn't make him do it. But just the type of guy he is, she told a story where she invited a couple friends and they invited a couple more friends and he paid for everybody. and she was just like,
some people get that power trip. Some people live off that status. Let's not forget that. Some people live off that status.
And you know who Savon is, Daniel. So he was in it too, and he was just like, he's like, I ain't there yet, but one or two I might got you. You know.
If I look, don't get me wrong. If I got a lot of money and it's my family and they're like my cousin's girlfriend or whatever, I got it. Oh, well, this don't mean nothing to me. But if there's like no connection to us and like I feel like somebody's possibly trying to give like a freeloader type of vibe.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm sorry.
That's low key. Like, that's like, I don't know if I told you guys just before, but like the head of my family passed away last year. And the head of my family was not the richest person in my family. I'll start by saying that. But one of the things that kind of like my whole life growing up, obviously my mom has like been a single mother and she's taking care of me. Whenever my brother and sister are around, she's taking care of all three of us. She's paying for everything, wherever we go, doing that, this, and that, and the third, cooking meals all the time, et cetera, et cetera. She's taking us to some very nice places, so on and so forth. So as an adult now, a handful of times I've been really proud to just be like, like the check comes or whatever, and everybody's kind of like, oh, we splitting this up? What are we doing or whatever, And then I'll just be like, and then everybody just kind of looks at me and I'm just like, don't worry about it. Just I'll take care of it or whatever, And my mom's like, oh my gosh, like she's always be trying to like tell people like, my brother's just like, you guys better like send him something, do like Venmo or Cash App or whatever, And I don't ever be tripping about it ever. Like sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But like, I also understand that those actions should be reciprocated at some point too, not that you should expect that kind of thing, but it kind of makes you a little bit maybe apprehensive to kind of maybe put yourself out there all the time when you're not getting that in return. And whether that comes to your family, to a relationship, to whatever it is, you know what I mean? Just like
I heard a really good idea from somebody. They said that if in a situation like that, you invite your girl, she invites a couple of her friends, and by some reason they invite a couple of her friends. Now you got a group of people here. So he was like, oh, do this. Everybody take their card out, put it on the table, and randomly just have the waiter be like, that one. And whoever wants you, and you just go down. If there's 10 people, it's 10, 9, 8. The last one there, that's the one that's got to pay. Easy. If you ain't trying to put your card on the table, you a freeloader.
Look, easy. This is what I do. I recommend that every time. But what they don't know is when we walked in, I told the waiter, here's $50. When I tell you choose a card, don't pick this one. Do not. Consider this your tip in case they're cheap. Here's your 50. If you pick this card, it's your ass. Do not pick this card. And that's my hustle. That's how I would do it.
That would be super.
That would work too. That would definitely work too.
Think smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the pressures of that poker game. Like which could you imagine like seeing it in slow mo?
Yeah, you get real close to my debit card. Shit.
Bro, you see it in slow mo. Which cards he going? Then he starts reaching for yours, and you just feel your credit score dropping. You ain't gonna pay the bills.
That Jordan Peele sweat going, just like
yeah.
Oh shit,
that's funny. But, man, we got a lot out today. A lot of aggressive topics, though.
For sure.
DJ, resting tonight.
Yeah. He'll probably be with us.
Hope you had a good snooze, pal.
For sure, right? Oh,
it would have been perfect. He got work. Would have been perfect for having him talking about since he's married and all that, like how many of the dates he had to pay for it. If Ashley ever pulled out a friend on the date or something like that, it was just like that would have been a great topic.
I think it's better if we keep it theoretical than we do keep it statistical. I don't want to get this guy in no type of deep water or nothing.
We got your conversations.
I don't know if you guys have anything else, but I was just gonna throw a poll out there for the week. The poll this week, since we know that the Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming, do you guys think that it's going to end up being better than WandaVision or worse than WandaVision? Just based off a guess.
I don't fucking know, bro. I can't answer that one. I have no knowledge of any of this.
Oh, you don't have Disney Plus.
This is beyond me. So
you don't want to watch it. I got I'm the plug with the fucking accounts, right?
I got everything. What's WandaVision?
I don't want to watch.
WandaVision is Scarlet Witch and The Vision. They have like a series. It's like I think it's 9 episodes.
If it's only 9 episodes, I'll give it a try. What's the other one called?
The
She's
new
a
one is the
brood, huh?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's gonna be like more action or whatever.
Oh man, we'll see.
That one's probably going to be better if you can say there's more action.
I'm gonna assume, at least I'm
that,
assuming there's more action. I believe because they're regular guys. It's not like mystical powers and like the Vision can phase through shit or whatever. It's like you like military guys basically fucking running amok essentially. So I'm like, I expect there to be more action, and I assume it's gonna be better. I hope it's gonna be better at least.
a military action sounds great on the surround sound. I'm just saying that's probably going to get my vote.
But all right. If that's everything, all right, Piglets, this has been another installment of Culture by the Uncultured. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Culture by the Uncultured. Remember, Piglets, Culture by the Uncultured is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. We hope everyone out there is staying safe, and if you can't be safe, be deadly. Catch you guys next time. Peace. Oh, shit. I fucking...